continue with acknowledging the visitors who are here. I realize you have a lot of them outside there. So once we mention their visitors, we are acknowledging their presence. They are with us outside there. We have Dr. Dacosta Boadu, who is the Director of Promotion Division. He's there.
Being among the top echelon of management at the Ghana Health Service, I'm not surprised because of how I saw him or how I saw him in Senate East and West now. It means that his sacrifices there hasn't been in vain. Initially, when he called me, and even today, he said, "That promotion persists." But after just scanning through the book, I also realized that it is an opportunity for others to also know that, after all, Senate is a place people will love to go. Because when you go, you will have very nice experiences with people, and that will build you as a person for higher challenges ahead. And that actually gave me the encouragement to even accept to be here to share some of our experiences with Dr. Ofosu. Prof. Chairman, I actually first met Dr. Ofosu when he came there as a district director during an assembly meeting. And I said, I was an assembly member when he came there. But I've been an assembly member for almost 16 years when he came there. And at the time he came there, I was the presiding member of the district assembly when Senate was one as a district. We did a lot of things with him. Some may not be pleasant to him. Others, we tried to help him to do what he wanted to do. But we actually saw a passion in him in that address at the district assembly when he came to talk about the district hospital, permanent district hospital, and what he wanted to do, for which reason he was supporting our support and assistance to do at the hospital. Some of us saw the seriousness and the passion in him and the resolve to assist him to do what he wanted to do. Today, we are all reaping the benefits of it. Honestly, Prof, when he came, he narrated his ordeal of coming from Sinyani to Hamidansu. I'm sorry to say that the road he traveled on in those years is still the same as it. When you get to Akibu, to Hamidansu, it's literally still the same. Just a small bit of it that is worked on. But there have been a series of works on the road trying to fix the road. But as we tried, things came in to disrupt changes of governments here and there, and a whole lot of things. Contractors abandoning sites, a whole lot of things. And we are still at where we are. Even though some portion from Hamidansu to the lakeside, as you mentioned, has been fixed, but the rest are still there. But in all, I would say that a lot has been done. But coming back to our interaction with I know he's somebody who has so much passion to helping the needy and the disadvantaged. And that actually, I saw in him that actually compelled him to be able to do what he did himself. I agree that there were a lot of challenges we all face. And at a point, we tried to encourage him to place the train as we saw them over there. I actually knew him when he was actually trying to complete an abandoned theatre block, which actually was started by central government and abandoned halfway. As a president member, I remember he came and encouraged us that once central government was no longer working on it, we should take it upon ourselves as an assembly to see how we complete it. But that challenge really embolden us to try. In fact, if you know Sene is a typical rural district with a lot of challenges. And the area actually depicts how poor the people are. And so, even though we might have markets, the process in the market is as poor as the people who patronize the market. So you could see a big market, but the process from the market will not be anything to write home about to be able to build very big projects. We took it upon ourselves to try and then complement what the government started doing, for which reason the theater project was abandoned. And we could see that he made us understand that was one of the major things that would help him perform as a doctor there. And what really worried us was the frequent referrals from Kwame Danso to Adebuku, Kumasi, Mambo, Yeji. And so he wanted to really help the people who had there. How about the theater? How can you help them? And so we actually took it upon ourselves as an assembly with his guidance and support. And I can say that before he left there, he was able to get the theater completed, and then started whatever the surgery. Even though it was not completed as we all wanted it to be, but it started how where he could start to do some surgery before he left. I can see the one who took over from him also here, looking directly at me, also thanking him for what he also came to continue. But Dr. Bosu, his relationship with the people, that made him got the support he needed from the people. Even though, as I said, the people were so disadvantaged that the support we needed to give him wasn't enough for him to do all that he could do, because we ourselves were in that situation. Honestly, if you know Sene, even water, to get water to drink is very affordable. World Vision International, that gave us some new boreholes. As for infrastructure, social amenities, it was virtually zero. The electricity we had at that time was just electricity along the main road from Kwame Danso to the lakeside. There was no any other community at the hinterland that had electricity at that time. And so it was really a challenge. But what I actually commend Dr. Bosu so much for was the nature and the terrain, the environment of the district. We had a lot of island communities. About 40% of the communities in the district are on islands. And you needed to send help and services to those places. And how to get health services to the place, particularly during immunization sessions, was really a problem. But in all that, we were able to mount outboard motors, in some cases canoes, to reach out to all those places. But his relationship with the staff and the opinion leaders actually facilitated him to be able to reach out to all those people to at least deliver health services. And so, Doc, if we really need to recount our encounter with him, time and not permit us. But what I just want to say is that Doctor is somebody with this book. I know people will read and really also accept the fact that the nature of the communities we serve should challenge us to do more to serve them. As we speak, there are some people who refuse process to the place. I think he's there and he's aware. As I stand here, I have, from my own resources as a member of parliament, built 3 chiefs compounds as I speak now. 2 of them are on the island communities, and then one not on the island communities. I have bought the equipment to start the facilities. I have bought motorbikes to assist the staff who will be able to commit from the center back to the district office for logistics and other things. But as we speak now, it's not finding difficult to get people to get to those city compounds to deliver self-help services. The district director and the regional director are doing their best to get people. Before Christmas, they told me they had assigned staff to go there. We are in March now. The staff coming on start coming tracking. But one interesting thing is that the Ghana Health Service is doing a lot to assist the staff over there. As I speak, they have a very nice silver book which the government has given to the Ghana Health Service to be able to commit to the island communities with a lot of life jackets and other things. And so we encourage people to come. It is not as fearful as people talk about it when they are outside the area. When you get there, when you ask the person to tell you, it's really lovely and to be part of the system. And then at the end of it, we really enjoy it. As he mentioned, his life, 6 years experience in Senate has been very fulfilling. I think to really be fulfilling, and I pray that we encourage a lot more people to come and assist us. We are ready to do all that we can as we assist anybody who will come to try and assist us. Let's take the opportunity as I'm here and getting the privilege of having the Director General of Ghana and an assistant here to appeal to them that we're struggling to get a doctor, medical doctor to come there and also assist. In fact, when Dr. Fosu left in 2010, I came back there now as a district executive for family dance. So that was I met him as a district executive. After being the presiding member with him, I came back to meet him as a district executive for the assembly in family dance. But unfortunately, what we could now do and do it well with him, he unfortunately left me at that time back to maybe a headquarters. But we succeeded in dividing the district into two. That was also one of our biggest challenges. But the district was very large to the extent that people were not able to actually talk to the people. So I just want to appeal to the director to also assist, I just have been assisted as allowing doctors to come here. They also come to the new district, Senate East, so that we can have staff there. Thank you very much.
A round of applause. And that's the number of finalists. Yeah. Oh. Now I know that we cannot just be able to send a part 1 and 2. We have to part 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, brother.
Thank you very much. That was the MP with the voices from Senate. We are still on that. We also have a physician assistant, Mrs. Amanda Siao, to share her experiences with us here.
So please, round of applause for
okay, please let's welcome her. She's coming. Let's welcome her.
She said she would be on point. Because the MP has said everything.
The story of Sene has to be told really, really good. It has to be told. I was in Hamidan, so well, you people are calling the Sene. Hamidan. That's Hamidan. That was a retired police officer. So one of his drivers, I think, from Udugo. So when I took the letter home, they are written Sene. All of them really knew. So you can just imagine that this was back in 19, this was about, as a community almost, when we were sitting there, we know that this is a campaign child from Accra. Yeah. And then along the line, Dr. Fosu appeared. For me, I don't know how my story would have been. I don't know whether I would be in the community on the same before with a cloth tied around me selling yam, chickens of yam on the market. I still don't know. That is why I said with a lot of gratitude and emotions that I speak. For those of us who were in Senate at the time, and I speak for all of them, or most of them, if you wanted to be disciplined, there was no problem. If you wanted to be taught, it wasn't a problem. If you fell on the other side, that's when the battle lines were drawn. You had to know what you wanted. Because if you fell there, then, I mean, no, you can't blame anybody for that. Most of the things that were narrated in this book, for me, it took me less than 2 hours to read it because I was there. I saw it. It's like Dr. Dre's son being there, done that. You see it firsthand. And I think if you really wanted to capture everything, you would probably think it was very personal. Because some of the situations were more with a lot of confrontations. You know, somebody had coming to help us. And then we were after the person, that kind of story. A lot of people would have given up, would have left to the police. Now he stood his grounds, and I was telling him just yesterday that it's more like a story of faith and faith. His faith in what he wanted to do. And this brings a question to most of us. What is your life work? Is it your profession as you're growing now, being paid for, or you have a life work? What impact are you making on people? It's not just the health workers that were there. The community. If any of you were at Dr. Kosu's mom's funeral, you have understood something. The number of vehicles that came from city, not just the health workers, the community. That will teach you a lot of lessons. And the thing about humility. This is me, a poor PA. A poor PA. How could I have been here? That's what the truth is. The thing is, he moves and he drags you along. If only you wanted to be dragged along. I went to Kintampo for that an interview, and I keep telling the story over and over again. Because when those times, whether you were a nurse or community or a registered nurse or community or nurse or ward assistant, after the ward rounds, you have to be there. And we learned a lot of things. When I joined this particular company, West African Rescue, affiliated to International, we do a lot of rescue work. We do a lot of emergency procedures too. And one of the times they were mentioning intraosseous. I knew intraosseous when I was a community nurse because my boss taught me. Because at the time, children came to the facility, anemic. I mean, almost at the point of death. You couldn't find veins. How were you going to transfuse? At some point, you see him even donate blood. And so we learned that. So the human aspect of him, I don't know how to describe that one. That I don't know how to describe. Now, for me, the book, I'll summarize what I want to say in the part of the book that he accepts a few mistakes he made. How many of us can publicly? Most of us can't. But he has come out to say that I wish I had done this. For me, I think the moment he detected what had to be done, if you were there, I think most people would have done worse because we were there. Feeling that doji. You see somebody testing the authority, and that's the district director plus the medical suit. I think a few times I've referred to some situations after he left. Anyway, when he left, I lost interest in a lot of things. I had to use the district myself. That was the point of resignation. So that is how you can capture his presence in the place. I told a few people, a district director came, a medical officer came, and I told them one day, I'm really surprised that two of you still are not stepping in the shoes of one man. Yes, and when you say things like this, you'll be tired. But that was the truth. That was the truth. So Dr. Kosu, like I told you that, I think a few days ago, I said, when you read Dr. Wodai's book, he mentions something about no coincidences. Life is just about synchronicities. I believe strongly that you have to be in seven. You just have to be in seven for the story to change. That is why you were in seven. That is why you met some of us, and you mentored us, and still mentor us to this point. So, if you need to go to the
Round of applause, another one. I must say, Madam Lily is one of my favorite people. She doesn't know me, but I've been following her. Yes, and I'm sure we are done. I want to tell you why you are not my favorite people. Just 2 days ago, I was talking about you. On behalf of Director General, on behalf of the MP and the Top Senate, please let the story be sweeter for the Senate people to say, after the man did as good and left, he telling our story, did another better thing for us by fulfilling their request. And I believe, and I know, that General will do that. So one applause for him. So that we can keep not forgetting God. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving in another place. At this moment, I'm going to call the Director General of the Ghana Health Service to give us a remark, as he is the special guest of honor, so that after he also will launch that wonderful book. And before he comes, I want to tell them that your first verse, your chapter 1, Isaiah 6:8, is a very powerful one. And today I meditate upon it. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? And who will go for us? And I said, here I am, send me. What I kept from there is that when the Lord is sending you, He has the blueprint. It's not when sometimes we can hear some things and some Bible verses and stuff thrown all over the place. I don't want to say the battle is the Lord's. I don't want to say that one. But sometimes there might not be any battle. But this one, when you hear from the Lord, you go where to go. And when you follow through, you know a story like this will be said about you. Round of applause again for Dr. Kosu. And as I walk out, the Director General himself, now, the Lord, the wonderful. Oh, let him be loud.
Thank you very much. I think a lot has been said. And as the MC said, someone said Asasia. That's the MC. In order not to keep you here for too long, in case you go and Asasia start asking you questions. But I think a lot has been said. And I think I need this opportunity to also share the experiences I've also had with Dr. Kosu. I've known Dr. Kosu for about 23 years, for those who know, when he was in Britain. That was when I was also sent also to another wilderness. And I was given a car and a key without a job description. They said, go ye there. I hadn't crossed Sunyani in my life. So when I drove and got to Kumasi, no driver. When I got to Kumasi, I had to go to the STC and look at the station master. Do you know anybody who is going to Bolga? So that at least he can show me the way. So you really appreciate the problems, the perils, and the things that you go. So I really understand. But also it's a good thing out of it. Having worked with Dr. Kosu over the years, he's left, whatever he left in Senate, it's already been mentioned. But after Senate, there's a lot. We have a robust health system, health information system in Ghana because Dr. Kosu has delivered things too. He has been able to writing everywhere it's got. So now if you go, it's left such a big issue in the health information department. We still try to fill that place. He's done a lot, but even what the people he left behind are able to hold it for because he did a good job. As my deputy, he's not afraid of any big challenge. He's always ready for any challenge. He's done a marvelous job supervising and supporting the region to provide service. He's led a lot of studies, huge studies, that nationwide studies that we can really look out for in this country. So I really want to spend most of my time selling the book, but show that despite all those challenges, he's really come out strong. He's mentored people, and he's done a lot and continues to do more for this country. So, Dr. Ofosu, I will not talk, and I want to just say a big thank you for the work you've done and the one you continue to do, the passion, the sincerity of the Gadaba who was sent, who became a rural village doctor. Real Gadaba, the scientific community, who then became a Gadaba and excelled, and he's come back to continue to work. So, Bob and ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't say much because of Astasia. So, well, thank you very much. And I have read the book, of course, I can really assign to it. I've been to Senate a year or so ago. The place has not changed. At least what he had is now 2 districts. And MP, the last time I returned, I sent you a note. So at least I said something. Well, we get your notes and we'll take it. The place is 2 now. And Senate East is still terribly. But I think it's also something that we can show those who are yet to go there that despite the problems, there's always a good benefit for your life when you come out. There are many people, some of them are in this room, I don't want to mention them, but we know what they have done because of the experiences that they have in the rural settlement. So we want to use that also, not just as a problem, but also to encourage the young ones to go there. When I went in, the last time I was in Bamidan, so there were very, very beautiful nurses in that. So I said, are you also here? Let's take a picture so that when I go back, I can show those people who don't want to come to Bamidan that there are good things in that. And I have that picture. So, Dr. Bosman, thank you for the work you've done. I saw the house you lived in. I saw all the new things that have come. So I wonder, so what was here? If all these things were not there, what was here? So congratulations on doing a wonderful work. I want you to continue.
Thank you very much. You can see something like your shit. You get an idea of the launch of the beautiful book. So I'll call the Director General, I'll call Prof, the Chairperson, I'll call Omi to also join them. Call the wife, see Reverend is here. So Reverend will do a quick prayer as they are there. So that will be Reverend's. So the wife is representing the children. Oh, show some love for the wife. She sacrificed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Madam, who will taste? On this note, so Reverend will pray first. Then after if you are far there, you can stretch out your hand. When things are good, let's put that same energy to support it.
So we thank you for this beautiful and good handiwork. We pray and commit it into your care. We dedicate it to the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Pray that anybody who takes a copy shall find a new illumination. Let the new desire, the desire that Dr. Ofosu had to go and serve community, live a good footprint, shall be imparted to you in the name of Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Another amen. Dr. General will hold the microphone and we bring the scissors. No, we have it. We're managing the space, so maybe the camera guys, you need to probably see how. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Oh, listen to the next song, noise!